Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Recreation Ground, where it is the final game of the season for Whitehaven and North Wales Crusaders as League One comes to an end this weekend. This is your fourth commentary of the afternoon via from BBC Radio Cumbria Sport, and we're glad to bring you it via the BBC Sport app and website. We'll hear from Anthony Murray in the build-up and hear some highlights from last time out as well. But before we do that, let's run through your two lineups. Whitehaven line-up with Dan Abram in at full-back, Jay Weatherall and Max Anderson-Moore on the wings, Ethan Biggerdike and Mitchell Todd in the centres. It's a half-back partnership of Jordan Burns and Jack Newbegin. Starting props, Jake Pearce and Brad Brennan, Ellison Holgate in at hooker. Second rows are Connor Holliday and Rio McQuiston, Jack Kellett in at loose forward. On the interchange bench, it's Luke Collins, Ellis Nixon, Aaron Turnbull and Daniel Spencer-Tonks. The 18th man, if needed this afternoon, is Josh Blinkhorn. And for the Crusaders, they have Lord Roby in at fullback, Ollie Brooks and Patrick Arvan on the wings, the retiring Matt Reid and Kieran Taylor in the centres. It's a half-back partnership of Toby Hughes and Geordie Gibson. Starting props, Paddy Jones and Chris Barrett, Joe Baldwin in at hooker. Second rows are Sam Wild and Matt Unsworth, Ollie Davis in at loose forward. On the interchange bench, Josh Eves, Jack Horton, Ben Evans and Cole Oakley. No 18th man for the Crusaders this afternoon. I think Ant Walker was initially meant to be on the bench when looking at the North Wales team sheet, and Cole Oakley meant to be the 18th man. Ant Walker has pulled out, looks like on the journey up to Cumbria this afternoon. So we're about to get underway. Our man in the middle this afternoon, Adam Belafonte. It'll be North Wales to kick off. They're attacking the Kells end in the first half, and we're underway here at the Recreation Ground. Kick-off collected, or I would say collected by Jack Newbegin. He seemed to take his eyes off the ball ever so slightly there, did Jack Newbegin. I hope that's not the start of things to come, Mark Shackley.
No, it's not the best of starts, Joe. It's one of the sets that we need to complete, and every team will try and complete the first, get the arm wrestle into the game and get a foothold, and unfortunately we just give the ball right back on our own 20 now for North Wales to have the first attack.
You say their own 20, Jack Newbegin's knocked that on their own 10, and it'd be scrum down, head and feed to North Wales. Ball's going to come left from the base of the scrum into the hands of Gibson. Gibson will then find Matt Reid, and Reid's gone round Jordan Burns and just been brought down short of the line as Matt Reid. So they're knocking on the door. Less than a minute on the clock here at the Recreation Ground. Baldwin goes right into the hands then of Ollie Davis, and Davis is just going to be brought down short of the line, just to the left hand side of the post. Baldwin goes right into the hands now with Chris Barrett, and Barrett's going to try and barge over from short range. He's going to be brought down, however, just short under the shadows of the sticks. Just over a minute gone here at the Recreation Ground. Baldwin is going to go right into the hands of Toby Hughes, and Hughes is going to get it across. Yet again, North Wales brought down just short. A couple of tackles still left in the bank here for Carl Forster's side. Going to look to go himself is Joe Baldwin. As he got that ball down, held up over the line. Whitehaven's defence on top in them opening tackles there, but in a position they shouldn't be in.
No, it's all come from our mistake, Jordan. They nearly scored on the first tackle there. The big centre done Jordan Boots for footwork, and then he got round him, but we cover tackled and Whitehaven defended well. They held him up on the line. I think this is last now, so hopefully keep him out.
Goes right from the base, from the dummy half position, comes back on this lateral run to North Wales, trying to get the arm through. It is going to be the 5 and last, and there'll be a turnover ball. Whitehaven do survive and now look to fetch this ball forward and try and clear their own line. Yeah,
they defended well there, Joe. They've kept the full set out from the 20 in. Now they're just going to try and complete well and try and get out their own half.
Rio McQuiston is the man to fetch it forward. First penalty of the game goes to Whitehaven. So a relieving penalty, not having to do too much of the hard yards, and it'll be Jack Newbegin with ball in hand, will it, to put the ball into touch. He will, and Whitehaven are going to find around 25 metres there from the right boot of Jack Newbegin, so they'll start 10 short of halfway. Ball will come in side to Ethan Biggerdike, who'll take the tap, passes it inside once again to Newbegin, who'll find Jack Kellett. Kellett's going to be brought down 6 metres short of halfway. Holgate lining way to dummy half. Into the middle now with Brad Brennan, and Brennan will try and make his way over halfway, which he does. Brought down 2 or 3 metres over halfway. Holgate in, goes left. Into the hands now of Newbegin. Takes it to the line before going out the back to Burns, and now finds Abram. Abram then finds Ethan Biggerdike. Whitehaven going for it in the early tackles here. And judged to have been stripped from the grasp with Ethan Biggerdike as the ball come loose. Just about to tick over into the 4th minute. Second penalty of the afternoon for Whitehaven.
Yeah, it was a good step from Whitehaven. They put a bit of shape on the left hand side, and Newbegin nearly got round his centre there, and it looked like the ball's being stripped. Now it gives Whitehaven another set of 6 now in the 40. Hopefully they can put a bit of shape on it and get some points on the board.
Looks like we've got a stoppage on the far side. It's a Whitehaven man that's down. Is it Ethan Bickerdike still down on that far left-hand side? It is. The Whitehaven physio's out there with him, and it'll be a change that Whitehaven won't want to make. You don't carry many centres or any backs on the bench. In fact, Whitehaven haven't got any this afternoon, so it'll have to be a reshuffle if there is going to be any changes if Ethan Bickerdike can't continue, and it's not looking the best for Ethan Bickerdike at the moment. The Whitehaven physio holding onto his knee, or looking at his knee on that far left-hand side, just in front of the popular side. If you are just joining us, we'll run through the two lineups. Now we've got a stoppage in place, so it's Dan Abram in at full-back, Jay Weatherall and Max Anderson-Moore on the wings, Ethan Bickerdike and Mitchell Todd in the centres. It's a half-back partnership of Jordan Burns and Jack Newbegin. Starting props, Jake Pearce and Brad Brennan, Ellison Holgate in at hooker. Second rows are Connor Holliday and Rio McQuiston, Jack Kellett and Luke Collins Jack Kellett in at loose forward. On the bench is Luke Collins, Ellis Nixon, Aaron Turnbull and Daniel Spencer-Tonks. Josh Blinkhorn is the 18th man. Ethan Bickerdike gets the thumbs up. Okay to continue. Whitehaven put the ball into touch, and they'll start these 25 metres out. Joe Weatherall takes a tap and gets it across to Newbegin. Now finds McQuiston. Put down onto his back is Rio McQuiston. 20 metres out to the left hand side of the post. Back towards the middle now with Kellett. Kellett runs it to the line and looks to take the line on himself. Throws the dummy before being taken down 11 metres out. Has Jack Kellett, centre field. Going to have options left and right. Holgate elects to go left into the hands of Newbegin. Now finds McQuiston. Trying to step him inside and spin out to the tackle is McQuiston, and he nearly did so. But he's brought down 8 metres out now. Holgate in a dummy half. He will come right into Kellett. Kellett then finds Brad Brennan. Looks to have been lost in the tackle, and he has. And now the North Wales side will look to run away, but the referee Aaron Bolafonte saying there's a knock on from both sides. First one would have been from Brad Brennan, scrum down head and feet to the Welsh outfit.
Yeah, I think Whitehaven's going to start to complete better, Joe. That's the second mistake of the game. I think it's our only third set, and they need to start completing. Looks like we're making a sub already. I think
looks like Ethan Bickerdike's afternoon will be done. Physio's out there just assessing that option. Game gets back underway and goes right from the base of the scrum to North Wales. Going to be taken down. Be Baldwin in a dummy half, still limping away. Is Ethan Bickerdike. That I think will be his afternoon done by the looks of it. Yeah, that is Ethan Bickerdike's afternoon done by the look of it. He's gone off to the left hand side. Fetching the ball forward are North Wales. It's Ollie Davies in there. Let's play the ball now into the hands then of Sam Wilde, and Wilde wrapped up 3 in there. Kellett. And we've got a stoppage, not too sure what for. Oh, because they're making a few changes at Whitehaven. So it looks like Ellis Nixon's come out to second row, and Connor Holliday's going to go out to the left centre position. Quite surprised Adam Bolafonte's allowed them to make that change. Well, sort of.
Yeah, just should
don't know why he stopped the clock. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm surprised he's allowed them to do that. We'll continue to fetch the ball forward now. Do the Crusaders, and Ollie Davies brought down his second carry of this set, just short of halfway on the 5 and last. It's going to be kicked away by Jordy Gibson, and it's end over end. Dan Abram collects exactly 20 metres away from his own line, trying to break through the line is Abram before being taken down, and it'll be Ellison Holgate that's going to go in there at dummy half. It's a slow play of the ball into the middle now with Max Anderson-Moore, the winger, coming off his right hand side to try and help his side forward. He only made an extra metre or two there. Holgate will find Mitchell Todd, and hard yards for Whitehaven at the moment. Abram down on his haunches in back play as well. Going to come left now into the hands of Kellett. Kellett brought down 10 short of halfway, centre field. Holgate lining way to dummy half, will go left into the hands then of Newbegin, and Newbegin's going to... No, it's not. Looks like Jack Newbegin. It certainly isn't though, because he's behind. It is Jake Pearce who's out there. It is now the 5 and last, and Newbegin will get the kick away. Collected by the North Wales winger on that side, which will be Ollie Brooks. Could be the centre Kieran Taylor out there as well. He'll play the ball. Baldwin in a dummy half. Continue to fetch the ball forward now. Do the Crusaders outfit. Pearce and Todd involved in that tackle. Into the hands now with Matt Reid. Announced this morning he'll be returning after this game, will Matt Reid. Go right. Couple of pairs of hands now in through the middle. Crusaders trying to get themselves over halfway, but they're just going to do so. Brennan, Kellett and Pearce all involved in that tackle. They'll go right. Into the hands then of Paddy Jones. Jones now will be taken down just short of the Whitehaven 40 on the 5 and last. Holmes will get the kick in. Hughes. Into the hands then of Dan Abram. Collects 5 away from his own line. I'll look to fetch the ball forward, showing no any ill effects of that knock he picked up in the previous tackle, but Whitehaven wrapped up 10 metres out just into the 8th minute.
Yeah, it was a great set there for North Wales. They're really working with Whitehaven's middle over, once over, and try and go around a certain people. I think they've done a bit of video on Whitehaven. I think they're trying to get around Brad and work him over, and he's pumping a little bit now, and he's going to have to try and help his mate out and take some ball in now.
Jake Pearce is going to be the man that's taken down. 2 metres short of their own 30 here at Whitehaven. Goes left into the hands of Keller, out the back to Newbegin, McQuiston, and now Jack Newbegin's been taken out in back play, but Whitehaven are going to break down that left hand side with Jay Weather. Also, if he play on whatever, he's going to put a kick forward, he's going to look to go himself, he's going to be taken down, and we're going to come back for the penalty. There's no advantage. I think Whitehaven would rather have the ball up here. I'm not too sure why referee Aaron Belafonte is going to come back for that penalty. Surely the advantage is being played, but Jack Newbegin is out in back play. The Whitehaven physio's out there with him. If he's going to bring it back for a penalty, he's got to obviously. Surely he's going to have to be a yellow card or more, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of, because Whitehaven got tackled there on the 30 and the penalties went out 30, so we've lost advantage there. So the only way I can think about it is going to give Simbin. It was a great play by Whitehaven, who went wide for the change and a cut out past the J and J's went nearly full length. I think Ellison was in backup play, but J's decided to keep it and take the tackle. So we've just ticked over into the 9th minute. Gets a thumbs up from the Whitehaven physio. Does Jack Newbegin. I'm going to say that's a change Whitehaven definitely wouldn't have wanted to make, with Ethan Bickerdike already off the field, potentially for the rest of the afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, I think a few of the Whitehaven players are questioning the decision to bring Whitehaven back here. Well, we've made 40-50 metres, and he's now calling a Crusaders man out. Going towards him is Chris Barrett and Ollie Davis. Be interesting to see the call here, but it is going. Definitely looks like it's going to be. And is it going to be? Is it just 10 minutes? Yeah. Ollie Davis for the late hit on Jack Newbegin. That's why he's had to bring it back then. So in the 9th minute, Simbin and Whitehaven now with a fresh opportunity to put the ball forward as Jordan Burns kicks the ball into touch. It's a cracking kick from Jordan Burns. He's made 40 metres on that as Jordan Burns, and to be fair, took Whitehaven pretty much where they were anyways, Mark Shockley. Yeah, it took them right back to where they were now, and it gives Whitehaven a full set of 6 to have a dig at North Wales on the 30. Hopefully put some players on and work it wide. Into the hands now with Jake Pearce. First play following the penalty, brought down 26 metres away from his own line, trying to get up and play the ball is Pearce. Then now look to scoop from dummy half is Alison Holgate. Brought down is Holgate, pushed back a metre or two, 15 metres out or so, in line with the left hand side post, attacking the railway end in this first half of Whitehaven as Brennan looks to spin out of the tackle against one of his former sides is Brad Brennan. He's brought down within 10 metres. Holgate goes left into the hands of Burns. Burns just holds on, then finds Newbegin into the hands now of Rio McQuiston. McQuiston's trying to get his arm free, but he's taken down 2-3 metres short of Whitehaven. Knocking on the door here, comes right into the hands of Kellett, and Kellett's going to try and power over from short range, how he's done so often this season but can't do. It is the 5 and last. Holgate looking to pop it up to Brad Brennan, trying to power over. Brad Brennan held up short of the line into the 10th minute. You remarked off air, Mark Shockley, that Whitehaven aren't going to be able to crash over as easily as they have done maybe in previous games this season. Just showing it there. Yeah, it worked against Newcastle and teams like that. I think North Wales won the league for a reason, and they'll be adapt to that, and they've probably done video on Whitehaven and saying that that's Whitehaven's main threat, and they've got tighter. So I think Whitehaven's going to have to play a bit more expansive this today and work wider. Made it to their own 10 metres, Lyle, just over their own 10 metres on the second tackle of North Wales. Continue looking to fetch it forward now with Matt Reid, and Reid looking to try and do the hard yards for his side, but brought down on the third tackle, still short of their own 20. Patrick Arvan, the former Super League winger, now looking to take his side forward, and he's more built like a prop forward rather than a winger, is Arvan, and he's made plenty of metres there. 33 metres away from their own line now are the Crusaders, and Whitehaven penalised for offside, and an opportunity for Carl Forster's Crusaders to put the ball down the field and start attacking deep in Whitehaven territory. Yeah, Whitehaven left them off there. They kept them back into the 40, and it was last tackle, and too eager to put some pressure on the kick, and they've given North Wales a penalty, and it'll give North Wales a good set of opportunity to get points on the board when the kick goes into Whitehaven's 40 here. So they're going to kick this 5 short of halfway. Toby Hughes has ball in hand and he kicks it into touch. Jay Weather always interested in it in just a moment, but it has cleared into the stands here. at the recreation ground. They're going to start exactly 30 metres away from Whitehaven's line, and it's Kieran Taylor that'll take the tap and find Matt Unsworth, and Unsworth will continue to pump his legs before being brought down. 21 metres away from the Whitehaven line, attacking the Kells end in this first half, comes back towards the middle now, out the back then to Jordy Gibson. Gibson then takes it to the line before getting the little short pass to Sam Wild, and Wild is then going to be taken down. 10 metres out now are the Crusaders to the left hand side of the post. Baldwin in there at dummy half, then comes right into the hands now of Jones, and Jones is then going to be taken down. North Wales knocking on the door, 2-3 metres out just to the left hand side of the post. Baldwin going to look to come left into the hands now of Gibson. Gibson then finds Sam Wild. 3 Whitehaven defenders, make that 4 Whitehaven defenders involved there, and push the Wild back 6 or 7 metres, giving more space for North Wales to work in now. Baldwin will come right into the hands of Gibson and pops it up to Chris Barrett. Barrett's then going to be taken down. 5 and last, one more for Whitehaven to survive. 11 and a half. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online going to come left into the hands of Wild once more, and Wild's going to be brought down short of the line. Oh, it looks like he's just got there. Judge had stayed back. There's not too many complaints from the Whitehaven players. Jordan Burns shakes his head, I think more in disappointment rather than anything else, but despite being a man down here due to the sin binning of Ollie Davies, North Wales have crashed over on this left hand side. Sam Wilder trying to score a Haven 0, Crusaders 4.
Yeah, it looks like what they've done a bit of work on Whitehaven. They're working down the middle really well, and they come back on the short side, and looks like they're trying to work Budgie over on this side as well. It's not usual position, as if it's Jordan defending the line, and they're trying to work him over, and they've just got him there on the unders line, and they've got him outside of him. I thought the guys were short, and I thought they kept him out, but the refs give it a try. It looked like not a double movement, but maybe a bit of an impact that got him over, and first points in North Wales.
12 and a half gone here at the recreation ground. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online, final League One action of the year for both of these sides, of course, with the middle eights being changed, or cancelled really, with the change in structure for next season, which will see all 21 Championship and League One clubs be in the same division next year. Jordy Gibson will be the man to line up the conversion. No Jamie Dallymore out there for North Wales this afternoon. Missed the last couple of weeks due to injury. Was named in the 21-man squad. Was the former Barrow Raider, former Oldham man as well. And Gibson just taking the ball off the kicking tee and now placed it back on. Wasn't quite happy with its positioning as we've entered the 14th minute here at the recreation ground. Sam Wilder tries to score it on the left-hand side for the Welsh outfit. Takes his time. Does Gibson. Starts his run up towards the ball now. Right-footed is Jordy Gibson. Falls wide of the right-hand side post, the far right-hand side post, which means it still remains Haven 0, North Wales Crusaders 4. And what's the message Anthony Murray be wanting to put out there when Neil Fraser's gone out there, Shatley?
Just to complete better and stop giving silly penalties away. I think defensively they'll be okay, but they're just to be wise with the ball. I think they need to ask more questions to North Wales down in their line, and when they get the opportunity, try and play wide, try and play expansive. It's a last game, it's a free hit, try something new, because I think North Wales expecting us to go down the middle of them, the little players we play.
Pat Arvan collects on the kick-off, and like you said, it's like having a prop forward out the wing. He's Pat Arvan, and he's come through and he's knocked 2 Whitehaven players to the fore, and Jack Newbeggin's the man that's fetching him down pretty much on his own there, is Jack Newbeggin, so congratulations to him. Looking to fetch it forward now with Kellett and Pearce now involved in the tackle. 34 metres away from their own line. Going to be third tackle. Great tackle. Was that Ellison Holgate? It was Ellison Holgate from Chris Barrett. 10 short of halfway now. Into the hands then of Paddy Jones, and Jones will be brought down. Fourth tackle this for the Crusaders. Holgate and Kellett, Nixon involved as well. Baldwin goes right into the hands then of Barrett once more, and Barrett's going to be taken down. Finds his front, but Brennan and Pearce are on top of him. Comes left into the hands of Gibson. Gibson will get the kick away. Right-footed. Max Anderson-Moore is going to have to go something to get under that, and he does, but then hits the floor straight away. Because Max Anderson-Moore had to make some ground there. Done well to collect, but pinned pretty much straight away. Yeah,
great defensive set by Whitehaven, keeping North Wales pinned in their own half, and North Wales is going to go for the sets complete and don't throw much shape, just little moves and kick well and chest well.
Quarter of an hour gone. Still 4-0 to Crusaders. Calls for a high tackle there as he was going to the ground. Was Jack Newbegin, referee Adam Belafonte not interested. Interesting night, he was the 4th official at Wigan Saints last night, which I know you were at as well. Rio McQuiston plays the ball. Comes right into the hands now of Jack Newbegin. Newbegin then into the hands of Burns. Comes out the back to Dan Abram. Abram then finds Mitchell Todd shape. The kick there initially did Dan Abram, but elected to change his mind instead on what is now the 5 and last. Abram will dive in at dummy half. Comes left into the hands of Burns. Burns gets the kick away and it'll be him that's on the chase. Nixon, Weatherall's in there as well. Rises the highest and collects it. Just Jay Weatherall trying to go himself. Ball's then lost forward, is it? What's it going to be? Is it going to be a knock-on? Potential. I thought Jay Weatherall was taken high there potentially. We'll have to wait and see. He's having a conversation with his touch judge, his referee Adam Belafonte, and it's just going to be a turnover ball.
Yeah, it was a right play by Wayne, put a high ball up. Jay's come off his wing and come right across the other side, and he's got up and got the ball, and I think he's tried to offload it, Jordan. I think it's come off North Wales, so really it should be a dropout in my eyes, but they'll give the play the ball to North Wales.
I think he's saying he hasn't played it. That's why it's a turnover ball rather than a Whitehaven ball there. Matt Reid now fetch it forward for Crusaders once more as Ollie Davis is going to come on. That's a bit early in my opinion. I was going to say it's at least 2 minutes left in there, a minimum of that, but comes right. North Wales taken down. It's Matt Unsworth, the back rower, 31 metres away from his own line as Baldwin's in there at the hooking position into the hands then of Paddy Jones once more. Jones taken down, put down onto his back. Couple of metres short of their own 40. Barrett again once more, and he was a handful down at Colwyn Bay on that Saturday evening back in April. He's been a handful so far for this Whitehaven side. What is now the 5 and last, trying to put pressure on Jordy Gibson and looking to try and get to the sideline there is Jordy Gibson. Maybe a bit of respect there to Whitehaven that they realise that they maybe got that pace out the back. The likes of Dan Abram, Anderson Moore and Weatherall on the far side. They want to just turn that ball over and not give that back three an opportunity to come forward, Mark Shapley.
Yeah, it'll run the clock down as well to the sin bin and comes on one. It'll walk to the scrum, they're in no rush, and it'll wind the clock down until they go back to 13. I think North Wales will play well. I think they're completely more set, and you can see what they're going to do. Each other's going to try and grind it out and batter Wyvern into submission.
I think Ollie Davis is out there a minute earlier or so, but he's back out there now. He's Ollie Davis, so back up to a full complement of 13. Connor Holliday will play the ball into the hands then of McQuiston. Nearly through the gap there is Rio McQuiston, just going to be taken down over halfway. Newbegin was looking to be up in support, just to the left of centre. Holgate comes towards the middle with Brennan. Brennan has to wait, but then just now looks to fetch it forward. Keeps his legs bumping after contact, does Brennan. 40 metres out. Holgate in there at dummy half. Going to go towards the middle now with Pierce. Pierce will take it to the line. Out the back now to Newbegin. Then McQuiston. Nearly through the gap once more is McQuiston, but it's going to be taken down. Whitehaven within 27 metres here. Holgate once more in at dummy half. Looks to go down the short side with Newbegin. Newbegin finds a gap and gets the offload away. He does. Comes to Kellett now after being in the hands of Holgate. Kellett lost it. I think trying to get it free as well, and maybe just trying to go for the play too much there, but Whitehaven trying to be a bit too expansive. 18.5 on the clock, still 4-0 to Crusaders.
Yeah, it was one pass too many, wasn't it? I think Ellison got a good offload with Kell, and Kell was there, and the tip on was on, but I don't think it was in a way I thought he should have kept out of it. But all credit to Wyvern, they're trying different things, and they're getting half a break, they're getting their heads through, and it'll eventually come later on in the second half.
Ball comes from the base of the scrum, and North Wales looking to try and fetch it forward through Ollie Brooks, the winger. Reid in there at dummy half, sorry, no, Baldwin. Now it's Reid, and he's taken down. Heard a shout from Whitehaven out there, we can hear it. It calls it discipline. Man's brought down, which is just trying to double check. Ollie Davis back onto the field now. Goes right from Baldwin into the hands of Jones. Jones then finds Toby Hughes, and Hughes shapes and dummies, but he's going to be brought down by McQuiston. Holgate involved in the tackle as well. Back towards the middle now with Barrett, and Barrett runs at Kellett and Peace, and it is the 5 and last. He'll find his front just over halfway in at centre field. Going to come left into the hands of Gibson. Gibson being pressure put on him, but he gets a spiral kick up there. Dan Abram, he done very, very well to take it very close to the 4 there. Dan Abram must have just sort of died at the last minute, Mark Shapley, and got to come forward a metre further than he was expecting.
Yeah, I think the wind's picked up now, Joe, and they just showed there. The ball swung away from Dan, and then I thought he dropped it. He just brought it in last minute with his fingertips, and North Wales is just exactly the same set. Play right around the ruck, and then kick long, kick high, and chest.
Todd plays the ball. Brad Brennan's now the man to fetch it forward, and He's taken Whitehaven to within 40 metres of this North Wales line, to the left-hand side of the field, 20 metres or so in from the popular side touchline, and going down that short left-hand side, realise no one's at home. Jay Weatherall's on the chase after the Jack Newbegin kick, and he's just going to kick it dead as low. Roby didn't want anything to do with any sort of challenge there on Jay Weatherall. Weatherall still got a little bit of push in, making sure that Roby knew he was there, and it's going to be a goal line drop-out forced by Whitehaven.
Yeah, it's a good read that by Jay. Kick over the top, and Jay's running chase it. He's got Whitehaven another set of 60. I think Whitehaven's starting to win the arm wrestle a bit more now, Joe. They're starting to go set for set with North Wales and completing the set, and North Wales look tired. I think we'd win in the league last week. I don't think all the minds will be in it. I think they'll be more worried about the bus home, so hopefully Whitehaven get a try on before half time and it'll knock it out of them.
You know what them bus homes like after winning the league. They'll be looking to enjoy the journey back to North Wales this evening.
I don't think I would have played this week after we won it though, Joe, so they've done well for me.
Jordan Burns collects from the goal line drop out, was looking for options right and left, and there wasn't many in chocolate blue and gold around him, so eventually elected to take the ball forward himself. Mitchell Todd's going to have to be the man that dives in at dummy half, 21 metres out. Oof. That's why Mitchell Todd isn't a hooker. Wasn't the best pass across to Jack Kellett, but Kellett collected him, brought down 12 metres out. Holgate in there at dummy half, will come right into the hands of Ellis Nixon. He was an early change, of course, for looks to be the injured Ethan Bickerdike. 9 metres out, Holgate into the middle now with Kellett, finds Brennan, finds the offload, back into the hands of Jack Kellett. And now at the front of leading try scorer on his own, he was jointly there with the departed Mason Lewthwaite, and fantastic work from Whitehaven and fantastic work from Brad Brennan to get his arm free. Kellett's over on the left hand side of the post just into the 22nd minute. Haven level 4-4.
Yeah, that's one of them moves that Whitehaven like to put on, around the middle, trying to big Brad out the back, and North Wales have expected Brad to come in. Brad's took a bit of contact and got a great offload with his left hand away, and Cal's wrapped back round and took the offload and under sticks, and I don't know how many tries I've seen Cal get this year from that backing up with that little move, but it's been great and he's took him to top of try scorers.
Spoke to him on Thursday and just said, you won't have scored as well. I spoke to him about this season. He said, yeah, I've never scored as many tries as Jack Kellett, just being in that position. Of course, for Hensington, we played a lot of half-back, so wasn't in that really position. He was more creating the tries rather than scoring them. No,
he's great. He's got the knack of it, hasn't he? He's good round the line. He's good. He must have explosive power, and he seems to get his way over. He gets his head through, and every time I've watched Jack this year, he's been great. And I think he's been a great sign for Whitehaven this year. I think he's took this semi-pro to level right away.
Tags on the extras, does Dan Abrams or Haven take the lead, and it is now Whitehaven 6, North Wales Crusaders 4 into the 23rd minute. BBC Radio Cumbria Sport Online, and that last 3 or 4 minutes, Mark Shackley, that is what we want to see from Whitehaven this afternoon.
Yeah, that was great. Just how we do it. Them moves that can still play around the middle, but the offload makes North Wales think more, and I think North Wales are ready for the taking now, Joe. I think if we get another try ahead, I think North Wales will put the queue in and just worry about the bus home. I think Whitehaven's got a skill complete, still build pressure and kick long, and it should be there for them.
Well, I'm sure that man to the back of the stand to our left hand side, Carl Forster, will hopefully have something to say with that. He won't want his side to put the cue on the rack. Kick off, however, and that should be a penalty. Ollie Davis was in front, but collects on the kick off on this occasion just Jack Newbegin, and Brad Brennan now the man to fetch it forward and tries to spin out the tackle, makes a few metres going backwards, does Brad Brennan. There was 4 around him. Jay Weatherall in off the wing, trying to take his side forward. 28 metres out there as he plays the ball. Kellett now looking to have a little bit of confidence as that try is given Whitehaven, a little bit more of a spring in their step as Kellett's taken down. 39 metres away from their own line, Jake Pearce. Heard the shout there to find your front, and he has done his Jake Pearce. It's a slow play of the ball. Holgate goes left over the halfway line now with Brad Brennan, and Brennan is trying to make as many metres as possible. He's brought down 2 metres short of the North Wales 40. Goes left on the 5 and last to Newbegin. Newbegin will get the kick away, and Pat Arvan's going to be underneath that one. They're pinning him only 2 metres away from his own line, and they're going to do well to stop him short of his own 10 there.
Yeah, it's a lot better set from Whitehaven there. They've took the ball in well. They've made some really good yards, and Newbegin's put a great kick to the corner high and test Arvan, and with how high it's going to give Whitehaven the chance to get the defensive line up there, and they've got North Wales in the 20 now. Taking
advantage of what is a windy afternoon here at the recreation ground, as Mark Shackley mentioned a few minutes ago. The wind has picked up following kick-off. Looking to try and fetch his ball forward is Jack Houghton. He's getting ready to come on for North Wales down below us. Carl Forster starting to ring the changes. Ollie Davis with ball in hand now, as Brennan is involved in that tackle, as was Jake Pearce. And it'd be Holgate the man in at first hooker. They're trying to get the kick, potential 40-20, but Jay Weatherall is back there. He's collected. No, he hasn't, as Jay Weatherall. He's going to have to dive on it. I think he was trying to do a bit too much of there, wasn't he, Jay Weatherall? Maybe he wasn't quite in the correct position, and it means it's going to be scrum down, head and feed to North Wales.
Maybe it was a wind again, we said there before, Joe, but it looked relatively easy catch towards the end. I think he's jumped for it instead of just getting another step behind it and catching it on the full, and unfortunately he's dropped it into let off for North Wales there. I think Whitehaven had a great defensive set, made North Wales kick from the 30 again now, and just shows how quick he turns now. The defender, the 20 yards out now, and North Wales got a great chance to get some more points on the board.
Scrum down, head and feed to the Crusaders. Baldwin at the base of the scrum. He goes right into the hands of Lloyd Roby. Roby looks to step inside and get around Newbegin, but he did get through Newbegin. Rio McQuiston's now down there holding his knee. Go right, and it's going to be an incorrect play of the ball.
Forward pass. No.
Incorrect play of the ball, forward pass, knock on, take whatever you want. Whitehaven certainly will, but Rio McQuiston's down there holding his knee. Is the Whitehaven second rower. Just going to wait and see. Connor Holliday just telling the lads that we need to try and get forward here. We haven't got a stoppage at the moment from referee Adam Belafonte, but Rio McQuiston is up. They've already lost one man on that left hand side edge. They won't want to lose another, will Whitehaven. Holliday gets up and plays the ball into the hands now with Kellett, and Kellett's going to try and take it forward. McQuiston just limping a little bit in back play, and Whitehaven now going to make a trio of changes, it seems, with Turnbull, Collins and Daniel Spencer-Tonks all coming on, and Brad Brennan has dropped the ball looking to fetch it forward, and North Wales now have ball in hand, and advantage is on into the hands of Baldwin.
I think these middles are set too late. We should have done it before the scrum.
Gibson comes right into the hands of Davies. He's going to be taken down. Ball comes left into the hands of Barrett, and Barrett's now going to be taken down. Finds his front 3-4 metres out. Baldwin goes right into the hands then of Hughes, out the back to Roby, trying to go man on man, and gets the ball out right. Fantastic offload from Kieran Taylor to Pat Arvan on that right hand side, and it is the second try of the afternoon for North Wales. They retake the lead here at the recreation ground. 27.5 minutes on the clock. Arvan, the former Super League man, in on that right hand side, and it is Whitehaven 6, North Wales Crusaders 8.
Yeah, it was just a left to right shift, and Kieran Taylor's done a great in and out on Connor, and he's got him on the outside. Connor's had the contact with, he's got a pass over the top of a winger's head. He did Arvan for a stroll in, and it's a great bit of play by the centre, and it's put Arvan in the corner, and all that pressure Whitehaven, all them good sets have had from an unfortunate mistake by Jane. It's cost Whitehaven to put points against them.
The mistake from Jay Weatherall, but then this man that's coming off as well, Brad Brennan, does Whitehaven had survived following that. Their own worst enemy in that particular passage of play there was Whitehaven.
Yeah, Brad's on big minutes there, and I think it was maybe set too late for him. I think we should have got this done before that unfortunate knock on, but
do you think we've maybe done 2 or 3 minutes more following that loss of Ethan Bickerdike, just trying to wait a little bit longer to make them changes and use them interchanges up?
Yeah, maybe think about the long run in it, but if the lads are tired, I think it's always better getting them off in it, because mistakes do happen then, and it costs you in this league, and it just costs us then. It would have been better getting him off and getting someone on fresh, but no, I don't know, that's why I must as the coach, I suppose.
Jordy Gibson will line it up on the right hand side. Not the easiest kick you'll see. 22-23 metres on the straight, but they are on the final blade of grass. Is Jordy Gibson. So just to confirm, the Whitehaven interchanges: Luke Collins, Alan Turnbull and Daniel Spencer-Tonks onto the field. Brad Brennan, Jack Keller and Jake Pearce leaving the field. So it looks like Ellison Holgate staying out there and moving up to 13. Collins will dive in a hooker, and then a straight for straight change for Pearce and Brennan, being replaced by Turnbull and Spencer-Tonks. But Gibson lines up the conversion. Comes at it now, right footed is Jordy Gibson. Makes it just as Jordy Gibson. It didn't look positive from the second it left his boot, but it's just had enough on it from Jordy Gibson, and it is now Whitehaven 6, North Wales Crusaders 10.
Yeah, it did look like it was going to go over that, did he? Just floated over the crossbar eventually, and it was a great kick in this wind. I didn't think he could have the legs today. I think the wind's going against him as well, and he's managed to get it from the touchline, so it's a great kick.
Into the 30th minute. Abram with the kickoff. It's going to be allowed to bounce, and bounce. Oh, North Wales didn't have anyone near that there, but they've been able to collect and have been wrapped up pretty much straight away. As now the recently introduced Jack Houghton is the man to fetch the ball forward. Baldwin still out there in at dummy half. Barrett out the back, couple of pairs of hands now looking to go for it on this set. Jordan Burns looking for the one-on-one strip from Sam Wilde, but then 3 other of his compatriots in chocolate blue and gold got involved. Davies once more. Of course, had a 10-minute break following that simmering where North Wales did take the lead, of course. Baldwin into the hands of Gibson. Gibson looking for the kick there, trying to put some pressure on Jay Weatherall once more, and didn't want anything to do with that. Jay Weatherall realised sort of his position and field position that he didn't have to take it. There wasn't going to be any sort of damage from a 40-20, and it will be a play the ball here for Whitehaven, 33 metres away from their own line in at centre field.
Yeah, I don't think Jay wanted that one there, did he? Probably made the right call, and I think he had to look first to see where the kick was going. If he was anywhere near his 20 and he wasn't, and he probably made the right choice there and let it go. It's better than make a mistake and give North Wales the ball, but hopefully Whitehaven can start building some more pressure and getting back to them sets where they were getting head through before, John, and getting down there.
Turnbull's the man to fetch it forward. DST was the man to play it. First tackle. Collins in there at dummy half. 8 short of halfway. DST's now the man to fetch Whitehaven forward. Push one off and put down onto his back is Spencer Tonks. Centre field. Collins in there at dummy half. Comes right into the hands of Holgate. Holgate back in at loose forward. Started the game a hooker, of course. Brought down 38 metres away from the North Wales line. Collins will go left into the hands of Aaron Turnbull. Turnbull's made 10 metres there as Ben Evans getting ready to come on for North Wales down below us. Collins will go left from dummy half into the hands of Newbegin, into the hands of Abram now, then into the hands of Connor Holliday, trying to spin out the tackle and maybe get his arm free as well. There is Connor Holliday, but taken down 15 metres out. What is now the 5 and last. Comes back right into the hands of Newbegin. Newbegin looking to go the kick. Jay Weatherall on Pat Arvan. Collects it, does Jay Weatherall. Gets the offload away. Going to be called offside at the kick was Jay Weatherall, and it's a penalty to North Wales.
Yeah, that's the right idea, that kick over there, Parvan. I think they fancied Jay to get above Arvan there, and Jay was above him, but he was offside. And the right idea, you've got to stay on side and complete it and execute it properly.
I mean, if there's ever been a mismatch in wingers, Jay Weatherall going up to Pat Arvan, that is certainly one of them.
I don't think Pat Arvan looks the kind of guy who's going to get off the floor very high, though.
No, absolutely. Yeah, but just in terms of stature and build, they are completely different wingers out there.
If it's running at each other, he wins all day, but getting up in the air, I think Jimmy gets him.
North Wales looking to fetch this ball forward. Baldwin still out there in at dummy half as Davies plays the ball. Jack Houghton is now the man to fetch North Wales forward here, and he's trying to be pushed back a metre or two there by the Whitehaven defenders, and he can't do so. Holds his line. Lost the ball there as Houghton judged to have been the penalty. He wasn't looking, was referee Adam Belafonte. He was looking down the line, so he must have had a call from somewhere.
That's a bad call, that.
He wasn't looking. He was looking to see where Whitehaven's defensive line was.
His linesman should be helping him now. It's definitely an offload. Everyone can see that, and I think Whitehaven has done bad there. Hopefully a bit of karma comes in and we get the ball back somehow, and North Wales get no points. The
usual call behind us. There's 2 sides, ref. I mean, there's been 3 penalties apiece, so he's been quite even as referee.
I think he's been okay.
So far.
That's his first hiccup, and I don't think he made it. I think his touch judges should have helped him out and given him a bit of backing, but then no one put the hand up.
Taken down is the recently introduced Ben Evans. Ball goes right from Baldwin into the hands now of Hughes. Hughes pops it up. It'll be Unsworth on that side, the man that's taken down the back rower for the Crusaders outfit. Going to come left now into the middle with Davies. Davies pops it up to Houghton. Whitehaven won't want to let North Wales score again before half time. 6 minutes to go roughly to that half time break. Comes out into the hands now with Gibson. Gibson then stands up. Yeah. Shouldn't be a penalty. He's going to give it, is he? No. Calls it that it was within the legal realms. There was that tackle on Davies. Comes right into the hands of Hughes. Hughes is going to step up, put the kick in behind. Dan Abram's going to have to get there. He can't get there fast enough. And I couldn't quite see who got the ball on that side. It might be Kieran Taylor, potentially for the North Wales outfit. But it is the 3rd try of the afternoon for North Wales. 5.5 minutes or so to the half-time break as we make it.
It's a bit unfortunate there for Whitehaven. It'll come from that mistake or that wrong ruling by the ref or whatever he's saying. But North Wales have done nothing special again, Joe. They've just worked right over left to right in the middle. They've worked over the middle and it's got a great kick. And it's landed right in the in-goal area, and Kieran Taylor's there again to finish it. I think he's been one of the North Wales better players today. He looks dangerous out there, Joe. He can offload. He looks a bit nippy on his feet and loose on his feet. And he's a danger man out there.
Confirmed was Kieran Taylor the ground of the ball on the right hand side for Carl Forster's side. 5 minutes to the half-time break as we make it here at the Recreation Ground on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon on this final Saturday afternoon of the season for Whitehaven. They find themselves 14-6 down against the North Wales side, who of course are champions of this division. And Gibson will look to add the extras as another former Whitehaven player comes onto the field. Josh Eves spent some time on loan on dual registration from St Helens and did sign for Whitehaven ahead of the 2023 season, but commitments meant he couldn't stay with the club and had departed to go to Swindon. Now at North Wales, and Jordy Gibson's added the extras, so it means it is now Whitehaven 6, North Wales 16. Mark Shatley.
Yeah, I think it's all on Whitehaven now to try and get back in this game. I think they've been unfortunate. I don't think Whitehaven's played bad. I think unfortunate there with that knock on. I think it all started from that last tackle kick where we weren't onside and Jay gave away the penalty, and North Wales just worked their way down on our mistakes and penalties. We cut them out, Jordy. It's an even game.
Pat Arvan collects the kick on and is the man to fetch it forward. Met there by Newbegin, Holiday, DST and McQuiston all involved. Plays the ball 23 metres away from his own line. Jack Houghton now the man to fetch it forward, and Houghton put down onto his back on his own 30 metre line here. Eves in at dummy half. Into the middle with Ben Evans. Evans eventually stopped by Ellis Nixon and McQuiston. Eves scoots, then finds Gibson. Jordan Burns has shot out the line. Jordy Gibson's really broke through the line. Great tackle on his own from Ellis Nixon. Roby's had to dive in at dummy half. He will go right. Hughes then looking for the kick over the top. He'll go behind Jay Weatherall and it'll bounce and it'll bounce and it'll bounce 10 metres out. Kick come from around the halfway line, so it will just be a turnover ball. 3 minutes to the half-time break as we make it.
Yeah, I think they've just completed another set. I can't remember North Wales not completing, and they're happy completing and kicking well. I think the six has kicked really well today. He's found grass and he's turned Jay around and he's found Jay again there, and Jay hasn't wanted the ball. I think Jay's confidence being knocked with that catching that ball now, so he's letting everything go to touch, and whatever starting to get back on the front foot now, Jordan. Start completing better and getting up there and asking questions of North Wales.
Mitchell Todd's the man to fetch it forward. Only found a metre or so. Going forward there, Max Anderson-Moore. The line speed's on point here from this North Wales side. They've gained a bit of confidence and energy from scoring 2 tries in a fairly short period of time. Holgate now looking to fetch it forward in at the loose forward position. Put down onto his back is Holgate. 26-7 metres out from his own line. Collins will go left into the hands of Newbegin. Finds McQuiston. McQuiston will take Whitehaven over their own 30. 33, 34 metres away from their own line now. Newbegin looking for options. There wasn't really anyone in chocolate blue with gold he could find that was going to be a positive option there. Josh Eves went in for the tackle on what is now the 5 and last. Comes right into the hands of Jordan Burns, and Burns will get the kick away. It's going to be right down the throat of Lloyd Roby. However, he has got decent length on that as Jordan Burns and Pat Arvan's the man to fetch it forward. Brought down 26 metres away from his own line. Yeah,
it's a better set from Whitehaven. They've completely out. They've kicked well and try and keep North Wales down there now. I think Whitehaven just try and get that half time now, Joe. Keep them limit damages and reassess and go again for the second half.
Fetch the ball forward is Ollie Davis. Eves in at dummy half. Go right. Calls for a forward pass. Jordan Burns not happy with that decision. He might have just picked something up on the microphone, which we certainly won't repeat, but just shows he was unhappy with that decision. It is now the 5 and last. Matt Unsworth will play this ball. Eves will go right into the hands of Hughes, and Hughes will get the kick away. It bounces into the hands of Dan Abram. Abram looking to try and take this ball forward and trying to go around the North Wales defence, trying to get around Kieran Taylor and Toby Hughes there as well. Newbegin in there at dummy half will find Jay Weatherall, and he'll now try and fetch his ball forward. Stand him up to the North Wales defence and trying to push him back, but stand strong does Weatherall. Goes left into the hands now of Connor Holiday. Holiday going to be put down onto his back. Fights captain for Whitehaven. Collins in there. Finds Holgate back inside then to DST. DST is going to be taken down. Collins in there at dummy half. Into the middle now with Holgate. Takes it to the line before coming out to Burns. Now out the back to Abram. Trying to find Max Anderson-Moore. It's going to be called a knock on. gap just a little bit too big between Abram and Anderson Moore, and it's saying, well, I'm not too sure. Max Anderson lost that. He's saying it's a Whitehaven scrum. I'll tell you what, if Whitehaven have got the ball here, they're really, really fortunate, because that is a shocking decision from the touch judge. Mark Shatley was right in front of us.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad pass for Dan. I don't know if it was for the centre or it was for the wing, and it looked went in between them, and Max actually knocked it on. He knocked it back, maybe, but it's definitely not Whitehaven's ball, and we've got away with that one.
Remember when they used to be sponsored by Specsavers?
Yeah.
They might need to be once again. I'm going to say no more than that. I make it times up, so I don't think we're that far away. Tell you what, North Wales can feel really hard done to there. It's going to be scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven.
That's 1-for-1, mate. They got that one before us, didn't they? So
into the hands of Abram. There is the hooter. Comes in the hands of Mitchell Todd. It's going to be half time here at the recreation ground. It's Whitehaven 6, North Wales Crusaders 16. First real action of the half, sort of sim binning. But Ollie Davis had hit Jack Newbingen after the kick had gone, after the pass had gone. Late tackle, he saw yellow. But Wild down to 12 men. Ollie, Sam Wiles helped the crash over on this left hand side. Gibson couldn't add the extras, and it was made Haven 0, Crusaders 4. Into the 22nd minute, Jack Kellett able to get over following the Brad Brennan offload. Dan Abram added the extras, means Haven took the lead. Haven 6, North Wales Crusaders 4, and then back-to-back tries from the Welsh outfit as Pat Arvan went over in the right-hand side corner, and then Caden Taylor, the fastest at racked, to the kick in behind. Jody Gibson adding the extras on both there. Haven 6, North Wales Crusaders 16 at half-time. We're going to leave yourselves here for the half-time break. We're going to rejoin all frequencies on BBC Radio Cumbria for a further half-time update, but for now, we'll see you shortly. But we're about to get the second half underway, and we are underway here. It's Dan Abram with the kick-off. Mark Shatley just coming back in position and joining us here. North Wales fetching the ball up on the left-hand side. 23 metres away, looking to go down that left-hand side. It's Reid, I think, on that side, trying to fetch it forward. No, could have been the back row at Unsworth. Putting the ball back towards the middle now with Jack Houghton. And Houghton is going to be taken down 10 metres short of halfway. Turnbull and Collins involved in that tackle. Into the hands then of Unsworth now. Going to take over halfway. It's 4 in there that eventually brought him down, but over halfway in at centre field. Eves will go left into the hands of Houghton once more, and strong running from this Crusaders outfit. 5 and last, but they've made plenty of metres on this first set of the half of North Wales. Kick comes in from Jody Gibson. Dan Abram collects and trying to escape from this North Wales side, but there's plenty there in orange right in front of Dan Abram, and he's being wrapped up 11 metres away from his own line. Yeah, just a typical set that North Wales done all first half. They just take up the middle of the big lads and try and get the heads through, and nothing special. Just kick it up, take it up to the halfway, and great kick at the end, and turn Whitehaven on, put the pressure back on Whitehaven straight away. Jay Weatherall now looking to try and help Whitehaven forward here, but North Wales' line speed means he's right in the face of Weatherall as he got the ball into the hands now of Ellison Holgate, and Holgate looking to try and take his side forward, trying to get his arm free for an offload. Wasn't too many there, waiting to accept that ball into the hands now of McQuiston, and McQuiston's nearly through the gap, but brought down on what is the 5 and last, still short of halfway, 3 or 4 metres short. Collins will go right into the hands of Newbingen. Newbingen will get the kick away. It's called Adam Turnbull offside, which I think is a little bit harsh. It's going to be allowed to bounce by Roby. Means Whitehaven should have more members of them to try and get in front of him, and they've wrapped up Ollie Brooks 12 metres away from his own line, eventually taking the ground now. Yeah, it wasn't a bad set for Whitehaven for the first attack in the set. They've got North Wales down to their own 10 now with a good kick. The fullback's left into bounce, and it's helped Whitehaven out to bounce towards the sticks. So Whitehaven's going to defend really well and try and keep North Wales into their own half. Continuing to look and fetch this ball forward now are the Crusaders, and Whitehaven have got plenty of members of their defence in there. McQuiston, Collins and Turnbull all involved on that tackle, still short of their own 30, but Davis now look to try and take them over, and it'll bring them 3 or 4 metres short of their own 40. Looking to come down this right hand side with Hughes, now into the hands of the back row of Matt Unsworth, and Unsworth's going to be picked up and dumped legally by Ellison Holgate. Fantastic tackle. Connor Holliday's going to help him complete that as well. It is the 5 and last. Eves in there. Holgate's going to try and put some pressure on. Nearly did Ellison Holgate. Great pressure. It wasn't the best kick. Dan Abram collects. He'll find Max Anderson Moore, and Max Anderson Moore will look to try and take his side forward here. Plenty of pressure put on there by energetic Ellison Holgate. Yeah, I think Ellison's played well. He's gone back into the 13 position now, and he hasn't had a break, and he must be tough in that middle for what he's doing. And
he's been one of the better players. Whitehaven there. He's picked him up there and put him on his back with a great tackle. And Whitehaven's going set for set with him now. This North Wales team, and the North Wales will get tired. They're going to keep completing and keep grinding out with him, go set for set with him.
Connor Holliday now looking to try and take Whitehaven forward, out in the centre following that early loss of Ethan Bickerdike. Collins in there at dummy half, goes right to Newbegin. Now out the back to Jordan Burns, finds Dan Abram. Abram will find Mitchell Todd. Todd tries to spin out there to tackle but taken down. Just over halfway here are Whitehaven. Comes left into the hands then of Ellis Nixon. Nixon finds his front, trying to get a fast play of the ball. Collins in there at dummy half, will go right into the hands then of Jordan Burns, and Burns, it's a high kick coming from Jordan Burns. Ollie Brooks is underneath it, has to take his time, but it was a high kick. Means Whitehaven have got an opportunity to get right on him, and he means he's being brought down 12 metres out. However, now penalised for offside penalised for the ball strip. I didn't see the ball leave the ground, but
no, that's a real poor decision against Whitehaven there. They had a great set there. Budgies put a great kick up, dead high, dead long. Caught them in their own 10, and the Whitehaven defended down there. I don't know how the ref's saying that, but they must have been to give North Wales an easy piggyback out their own half, George.
Kick the ball up to 10 short of halfway from that penalty, and it'll be Matt Reid on that side. He'll be looking to try and take this side forward here. Reid takes a tap and will just get over halfway, does Reid. Turnbull, Todd, Ellis Nixon involved in the tackle. Into the hands now with Jordy Gibson. Gibson takes it out the back now to Hughes. Hughes then looks to try and straighten it up. DST, Collins and Holgate involved in that tackle. 42 metres out, centre field. Eves pops it up into the hands now of Ollie Davis, and Davis isn't going to escape the clutches of Luke Collins. DST helps him complete the tackle. Eves goes left. Couple of pairs of hands before finding Roby. Now finds Sam Wild. Wild then gets the offload back into the hands of Roby. He offloads it once more. Wild pass into the middle then to Davis, and McQuiston's trying to go for the one-on-one strip, but he brings down there, does Ollie Davis, does Rio McQuiston. 32 metres out, centre field. Comes right now into the hands of Hughes, and Hughes is going to lose it. Connor Holliday's going to try and dive on it. Says it's a 5 and last, says it's gone backwards. Not happy with that call. Taylor, Arvan in at dummy half, goes left into the hands of Gibson. Anderson Moore will be underneath it, collects. Brooks, he escapes the clutches of. Then he down to Max Anderson Moore down that right hand side. He's broken.
Back himself.
It's going to be taken down is Max Anderson Moore. But he's gone 60 metres there. Surely that's a second effort. Plays the ball. Comes left now into the hands of DST. Trying to escape the clutches and does of Hughes. Whitehaven on the front foot here. They need to score first in this second half. Collins in there at dummy half. Will come left. Into the hands now of Burns. Finds Ellison Holgate. And Holgate will keep his legs pumping. Within 10 metres now. Collins. Penalty to Whitehaven. Fresh set at 6 for Whitehaven.
I just think he's felt bad from his last 3 calls and give us that there, Joe. I don't think it was offside. I think North Wales are back. I think he's had a few shockers here to start the game. He's ref, and Whitehaven's been on the wrong end of it. And I think that's a great break by Max there. It's got us a great position now. Whitehaven's in the 10 with 6 to play with.
So it'll be Collins to take the tap. They'll find Aaron Turnbull attacking the Kells end in this second half of Whitehaven. Into the 47th minute. Collins in there at dummy half, just to the left hand side of the post. Pops it up to DST. Trying to do similar to what we've seen so often this season with the likes of Brad Brennan and Jack Keller out there. Collins goes, no he's not, shapes right. It's going to be brought down, a metre out. Jordan Burns will dive in a dummy half. No, now it's Ellison Holgate, 6 again in favour of Whitehaven. Comes left into the hands of Newbegin. Newbegin shapes the dummy. Taken down eventually is Jack Newbegin, but remember it's a fresh set of 6 here. Whitehaven continue to knock on the door. Holgate looks to come, look himself, there's Ellison Holgate, gets the ball down, there's Ellison Holgate. It's the first try of the second half and it goes in the favour of Whitehaven. Holgate dives in at dummy half and scoots over, does the former Wath-Brown man, and went into the 48th minute here at the recreation ground. Whitehaven reduced that deficit. It's Whitehaven 10, North Wales Crusaders 16.
Yeah, it was a great read by Ellison there. I think that's how Whitehaven's going to score today. I think that's the way they're looking at the things and going around the middle, and Ellison's dummied right and jumped over the left, and he's got his role. I think Ellison's been one of the best players out there today, so that's for justice how he's played there, and it's a great start from second half from Whitehaven. Off from the kick on, Johnny, another one straight away.
Abram will put the ball down on the kicking tee. BBC Radio Cumbria Sport Online, Whitehaven 10, North Wales Crusaders 16. Dan Abram with an opportunity here to reduce the deficit to 4 points. will take his time. Will Dan Abram comes forward now. Right-footed. Dan Abram tags on the extras. It's Whitehaven 12. North Wales Crusaders 16, and the start to the half that Whitehaven certainly needed, Mark Shackley.
Yeah, they've started bright, haven't they? They've asked questions of North Wales and they've got the rewards there. I think, just like I said before, just keep going set for set with this North Wales team. North Wales haven't got much to play for, and I think the second half will put the cue in and just try and think about the bus home, and Whitehaven have got the opportunity to get a win on here and put one against the champions.
It's a North Wales man who's come limping off. Can't quite see who it is just down below us here, but it means Baldwin, the starting hooker, has gone back out there. Kick-off comes from Toby Hughes. It'll bounce in, it'll bounce. Nearly went behind Jordan Burns, but collects it in now. Finds Aaron Turnbull, and Turnbull's the man to fetch it forward. Tried to spin out the tackle there, did Turnbull, but surely that's a second effort from Evans. But play on into the hands now with Mitchell Todd, and Todd then potentially caught high on his way down, but 23 metres out from their own line here at Whitehaven. Collins in at dummy half into the hands of Connor Holliday. Holliday runs with his forearm up in the air. Just have to watch that one with Connor Holliday, but nothing coming on that occasion. Into the hands then now of Holgate. Finds Burns, so will find Ellis Nixon, and Nixon stops. But Whitehaven within 9 metres of halfway here, just to the right of centre. Into the middle now with Holgate. Holgate's going to look to take the line on. Can he get Whitehaven over halfway, or is he going to be put down short? He's put down just over the halfway line. It is the 5 and last. Whitehaven in at centre field. Will go right into the hands of Jordan Burns, and Burns will get the kick away. It's end over end, end over end. Ollie Brooks underneath it, collects it 10 metres out, slips slightly, and Nixon's there to complete the tackle, as is Mitchell Todd, with Luke Collins being the first man off.
Yeah, it's another good set for Whitehaven, asking questions of North Wales, and they've got that kick in again, long and high, and Budsy's put up there. This is where we're going to need to work on, put a lot of energy in this defensive set in North Wales' half, and hopefully they'll crack. Cord
left, double pump, and call the forward pass. So Whitehaven have the ball back just into the 51st minute here at the recreation ground. It'll be scrum down, head and feet, or turnover ball these days, isn't it? Be a turnover ball to Whitehaven. They'll play it. Will they in the middle of the field? Just waiting for the signal from referee Adam Belafonte.
I didn't see a full pass there.
No, scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven in at centre field. But Whitehaven will take it, Mark.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's made some dubious calls. I think he had a great first half, the referee, to be fair. The second half, I think he's made some strange ones, but it's for both teams, and Whitehaven's got the rewards of that one there. I think Connor's struggling with his knee.
As long as they're consistent.
Yeah, that's they
might be consistently poor in our opinion, but as long as they're consistent. Yeah. Ball comes left from the base of the scrum from Collins. Into the hands now of Jack Newbegin. Out the back, then Abram finds Weatherall. Trying to go for it on player one of Whitehaven. They haven't earned that opportunity yet. Abram goes right into the hands now of Newbegin. Pops it up into the hands of Rio McQuiston. McQuiston breaks through nearly. North Wales able to recover quite quickly, but just sensed then a little bit. They could have been through there, could McQuiston. It's a slow play of the ball now. He's only allowed to get up. Collins will come right. He bounces into the hands of Ellison Holgate. Fell in front of Newbegin. Holgate around one. Nearly through. There he's through. He's in. Ellison Holgate just taken down. Certainly Whitehaven's player of the match so far. Looking to go down the short side. Jordan Burns into the hands of Anderson Moore. Trying to get it back inside. Is it into the hands of a Whitehaven man? It is in Mitchell Todd. It's a bit haired scared him at the moment from Whitehaven. Still plenty of tackles in the bank left, however. Into the hands of DST. He's going to be brought down just short. Still a couple of tackles left here. Collins in there at dummy half. To the right hand side of the field. Comes left into the hands of Holgate. Looks to put a kick in for himself. Is it played at? Is it knocked on? Is it a North Wales ball? It's going to be a North Wales ball. And now look to try and clear the lines now, will the Crusaders. Whitehaven just a bit erratic there, Mark Shackley. Felt like they needed to score.
They were forcing it and no.
The referee didn't know. He looked at his touch judge, and the touch judge just give a penalty on that far right hand side.
Yeah, that's the second time the ref hasn't seen it. He's looked at his touch judge. He just guessed and give it again. So Whitehaven had, like we were just saying there, is consistent, and both teams get some shockers against him. But as long as it's consistent, there's nothing we can do about it.
Kick will come to touch. And North Wales will start this 10 short of halfway as Matt Reid will take the tap and fetch it forward. Gets Crusaders well over halfway. Comes right now into the hands of Gibson. Gibson will pop it up to Jack Houghton. And Turnbull, DST and Collins involved, and that's been stripped as well. Judges referee Adam Belafonte. We've seen 6 penalties in the first half. We've seen 4 already in the opening 13 minutes of the second half, Mark Shockley.
That one looked a bit where he did repeat it. I've got no argument to that one there. And Whitehaven's worst outman now, so North Wales are in their own 40 now, and it's giving them an opportunity to get some points on the board, where Whitehaven has been winning the battle in the second half. Now they're just throwing it all away with silly penalties and inconsistency.
Jordan Burns talking to referee Adam Belafonte. Still never known a referee to change his mind as of yet. But getting his frustrations aired there is Jordan Burns, and it means North Wales will start this now 20 metres away from the Whitehaven line. Into the hands of Reid, will take the tap and finds Gibson on this occasion. He'll get it across then into the hands of Ollie Davies, of course, for Simbin. That's lost from Ollie Davies.
That one.
Lost. Call for it straight away. He waited a long time to give it, did referee Adam Belafonte.
He wasn't sure there, he looked at the touch again. I don't think he could have given enough run against him.
Yeah, I think that popular side might have been coming on with spikes and pickets if referee Adam Belafonte had given it on that occasion. So it's going to be scrum down, head and feet the Whitehaven. We're into the 55th minute. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. Scrum down, head and feed to Whitehaven. And it will be Jordan Burns to feed the scrum. Luke Collins at the base of it. And he will come left into the hands then of Connor Holliday. And Holliday will look to take his side forward here, being captain so much this season, of course, in the absence of Jordan Burns, as Connor Holliday back to the vice-captain's role now as he plays the ball into the hands then of Rio McQuiston. And he's taken down 31 metres away there is McQuiston, 32 as he'll get up and play the ball now. Collins in there. Comes right into Holgate, pops it up to Adam Turnbull, nearly broken through there did Adam Turnbull. Good run from the former Egram McMahon, trying to get a fast play of the ball. Offload comes into the hands of Holgate, now finds Newbegin. Newbegin should have gone into the hands of Dan Abram there.
He should have let go there, Dan was through, he's away.
Trying to slow it down a bit too much here in North Wales, comes left now into the hands of McQuiston. He's met with three defenders there, and all fair to them, they've put a big shot on McQuiston there. It is the 5 and last. Collins goes towards the middle now with Newbegin. Newbegin's kick goes end over end. Lord Roby out the back, collects within 10 metres of his own line. Nearly through there, he's there, but Nixon fetches him down complete to tackle with Adam Turnbull. And then penalty, is it for the second effort? I think from Adam Turnbull on that occasion. 4th penalty of the half already to North Wales.
It's killing White with their penalties, so letting them away first tackle. They're doing all the hard work, they're completing the sets, asking questions, a lot of offloads there, they're breaking through, they're going to go kick in, and all the hard work getting North Wales down there, just throwing it away first tackle.
Reid takes the tap, pops it up then to Sam Wilde now. Wilde's going to find his front. Burns and Todd involved in that tackle, plays it exactly on halfway. Reid again now once more. Comes back towards the middle now from the play the ball with Gibson. Gibson will offer it up once and twice. Now finds Eves or find Hughes. Now finds Arvan on this right hand side. Jay Weatherall trying to get back inside. He stripped it. Fantastic work from Jay Weatherall. That was like Paul Daniels, a magic trick from Jay Weatherall. And Whitehaven have this ball back into the hands now of McQuiston. I told you in the first half it was a mismatch. But on that occasion, Jay Weatherall's come out on top.
You can tell even more it's over this side now.
DST now fetching it forward. Whitehaven trying to get on the front foot. Collins in there at dummy half and scoots, and he'll make 10 metres, Will Collins, and trying to make more. Over halfway now, Whitehaven in at centre field. Holgate will dive in at dummy half. He will come left after scooting. Finds a now McQuiston. Nearly through again on this left hand side. How many times have I said that? Nearly through this afternoon on Rio McQuiston. It is now the 5 and last, just into the 58th minute. 25 metres out of Whitehaven. Comes left into the hands of Newbegin. Now Holliday will find Weatherall. Weatherall trying to go chip and chase over the top. As Robbie put it down, as Jay Weatherall put it down. Jay Weatherall's put it down. Fantastic. I don't think he knew an awful lot about it, Jay Weatherall, but it doesn't matter. Scores level here at the recreation ground. It's Whitehaven 16, North Wales Crusaders 16 into the 58th minute.
Yeah, Whitehaven's great there. Last tackle, short time play. 3 on 3, ringing shot back. Connor's passed out. Ellison saying he play. Go to Jake. Jake's put a kick in the corner. He's chased his own kick. I think he's fell off and landed on the ball and scored. And it doesn't matter, they all counted. I didn't think he knew much of it. I don't think anyone knew much of it, but he's landed on the ball and he's going to try to get Whitehaven right back in now. I think Whitehaven's been great this second half. They threw the ball a lot, roam around to them middle players, and it's working.
You don't care how you score, as long as you score, and that is nothing more important than what Jay Weatherall's just done there.
I think he's got took out by the North Wales guy, and he's landed on ball, and it's given, and that's all that counts. As long as he gets his hand on it, that's all that matters, pal.
Well, Whitehaven 16, North Wales Crusaders 16. Now, we've seen Dan Abram nail touchline conversions before. Let's just say he's got a little bit of history with touchline conversions, and Whitehaven as Dan Abram. Wrong side of the field on this occasion, of course, from his Good Friday heroics back in 2018. We'll come at it now, right-footed. Will Dan Abram. Told you he knows something about touchline conversions. Does Dan Abram, and Whitehaven take the lead once more here at the recreation ground. We're just short of the hour mark. It's now Whitehaven 18, North Wales Crusaders 16. This contest is back on, Mark Shackley.
Yeah, it's back on. All credit to Whitehaven. They've done a great thing when they've come out. They've started offload, pushed the ball, tried different things, try and work with them more around the outside in the middle, and it's coming off of them. I think North Wales are looking tired now, and I think Whitehaven's got every opportunity to get on with this win.
Kick-off comes. Be collected on the full by Jordan Burns now. Turnbull will be the man to fetch it forward. You feel if Whitehaven's get another point or two out there, a try at least out there, it could be their game this afternoon. Mitchell Todd's now the man to fetch it forward. But it's been a topsy-turvy game out there. Will we see more turns and twists as DST's now the man to fetch it forward for Whitehaven? Lost up on ground there, I think just a little bit from DST. He's been looking to keep hold of that one. Comes left now into the hands of Connor Holliday. Holliday runs hard, but down onto his back is Connor Holliday, and what is now the fourth tackle. On halfway, goes right into the hands of Newbeggin. Turnbull has to spin out to the tackle because the North Wales line speed was good on that occasion. Calls from offside behind us, but it is now the 5 and last as we hit that hour mark. Goes right into the hands of Jordan Burns. It's high rather than a lot forward from Jordan Burns. It's bounced. Max Anders Moore back into the hands of Jordan Burns. It's going to be offloaded but forward, and it'll just be play on as Sam Wilde will collect that ball.
Yeah, it's a real bad kick by Buddy. He just went straight in the air, and it's given North Wales a great opportunity to get back in our half and build more pressure.
He's pinned Whitehaven for offside there. Alison Holgate, I think the man that was in front. I could be wrong, but it's just another opportunity Whitehaven giving North Wales in possession. That's the 5th penalty of this second half alone, just in favour of North Wales.
Yeah, and I think we've given it every time. We've given piggyback. We've built pressure and we've kept North Wales down in their half. We've given them every opportunity there getting out without working for it, and we've just done it again. We need to pack it in. Eventually North Wales will take these opportunities. Matt
Reid fetch the ball forward, comes right now into the hands of Gibson, who gets it across to the introduced Cole Oakley. Was meant to be the 18th man but Ant Walker dropped out and he's made his way onto the bench this afternoon. Comes right into the hands now of Davies. Davies finds Houghton, calls her forward, or should I say more importantly forward, as the Cumbrians say up, of course. Held up is Houghton, 15 metres out. McQuiston's down in back play. Hopefully it's just cramp. Comes right into the hands of Pat Arvan, and you said it was a mismatch. And that's how it was a mismatch. Pat Arvan on this right hand side goes against Jay Weatherall, and we've said complete mismatch on this right hand side for North Wales, left hand side for Whitehaven, and they've been able to ground the ball in this right hand side corner. They hit back almost immediately to North Wales, and it is now Whitehaven 18, North Wales Crusaders 20.
Yeah, it was a mismatch there. It was 1-on-1, was it? Paddy Arvan against Jay, and 20 metres. I don't think Jay's going to stop him there, and none of the guys could have help Jay, and he's over in the corner. It's all about their mistake. We just said before, I said that North Wales will eventually take one of these opportunities. Whitehaven keep giving them. The Whitehaven are in this game, and they keep going step for step and playing well. When they're turning the pressure on, it's they're hard to defend. They're giving them piggybacks out, and it's eventually told, and North Wales have got over.
Arvan's second of the contest, the Crusaders' fourth of the afternoon, and Jordy Gibson will have an opportunity to extend what is now a gap once more from 2 points up to 4 points. Struggling down there is Rio McQuiston. Brad Brennan's just getting warmed up down below us. Jake Pearce is standing up. And if even bigger day, he's still changed, but I doubt we're going to see him again this afternoon. Looks to be the knee of Rio McQuiston, and he's going to hobble from the field, so that's his afternoon done. So Jake Pearce, is it going to be the man that's going to go out there? We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, Jordy Gibson still lining up his conversion attempt. Gibson. Comes at it now, right-footed. And he hits the far left-hand side post. So it remains a 2-point gap here at the recreation ground. Haven 18, North Wales Crusaders 20. 64th minute, going into the final quarter of the game almost. Haven down by 2, Mark Shockley.
Yeah, Haven down by 2, but not out, Joe. They're just got to squeaky clean while in defensive and play how they're playing. They're playing some good stuff. They're asking questions, they're offloading, they're going wide. They just need to sort it out defensively and sort these penalties out, Joe, and they'll be fine. They'll get it over again.
Jack Kellett's the man to go out there to replace Rio McQuiston. Kick-off comes from Dan Abram. Looks to get it deep. Collected, and now Ollie Davis will be the man to fetch it forward. Who hasn't had a spell off the field yet, apart from his sin binning. Hasn't been substituted or interchanged yet as Davis. Continue to look at fetching this ball forward now. Turnbull with the good tackle. Has he lost it on the ground there? He hasn't. Not many in Whitehaven shouting for it. Jack Houghton's now the man to fetch it forward. Whitehaven trying to get on the front foot in defence here. Realise they're closer, trying to get a victory over the champion. Just 2 points down at the moment. Into the 65th minute. Baldwin in at dummy half. Into the hands then of Ollie Brooks. And he's going to be taken down. Sorry, it's Cole Oakley who fetched it forward there. Baldwin back in at dummy half. Going to go left into the hands of Davis. And Davis will fetch the Crusaders over halfway. Good run in there from the experienced forward. 42 metres out from the Whitehaven line. Gibson looks to put the kick in behind. Dan Abram's got some work to do. He's trying to paddy the ball out. Not played up. Should be a Whitehaven ball here, I think, just a turnover ball.
Whitehaven were lucky there. There was 4 of them on Dan. I mean, it didn't look like Dan was getting on his bike to catch it, was he? I think he was happy with letting it go or letting them get the ball, and it's worked out. For Whitehaven there, I think Newcastle, North Wales had a great set there and worked the left down there and got a really good kick in. Into
the final 15 minutes as we make it here at the recreation ground. Anthony Murray has come down from the back of the stand to the touchline for the final 15 minutes of this game. Collins into the hands now of Connor Holliday. Brad Brennan's getting ready to be reintroduced down below us. Kellett will find DST. DST is going to be put down onto his back, 29 metres away from his own line. Collins in there at dummy half. Will go right into the hands of Adam Turnbull. And Turnbull will find his front. DST is going to be one of them to leave the field. He replaces Brad Brennan replaces him. In the hands of Holgate, back through the middle. Dan Abram. Penalty for Whitehaven. Holgate taken without the ball.
That was definitely a penalty, that one.
Definitely a penalty, you say, Mark Shockley, yeah. Let's see if we can get some score from the other League One game this afternoon, which of course involves neighbours Workington Town. Goole 0, Workington 12 in that one.
Where's he at, that one?
At Goole. Brad Brennan now the man to fetch it forward here for Whitehaven. Can they retake the lead once more? That's stripped. Another penalty for Whitehaven. Do you take the 2?
No, roll the dice, no.
Yeah, do you not take the 2 to level the scores?
No.
Yeah, I think Whitehaven are. They're taking the 2 here, Mark Shockley. That call's coming from Anthony Murray down below us. Levels the scores, Haven 20. North Wales 20. If Dan Abram can tag on the extras. So it's 30 metres out.
What's going on? Why is he stood in front of the ball? Why haven't had a few injuries today, George?
It's this time of the season, isn't it, Chucks? You'll know about that. Dan Abram lines up this penalty attempt. 30 metres out. Dead centre. Comes at it right-footed. Scores level here at the recreation ground. Whitehaven 20. North Wales Crusaders 20. 12 and a half left as we make it. Which way is his score, Mark Shockley?
I think Whitehaven will nick it, Joe. I don't think North Wales have got enough in it to want to win it. I think they've done their bit this year and they've won it. I think Whitehaven won it more, and I think if Whitehaven get the opportunity, Whitehaven will win it. It's just how they win it. I don't think they'll set up very well for a drop goal. I think they'll score and they'll win it with a try.
Well, that's the thoughts there of our special guest summariser this afternoon, Mark Shackley, of course, former Whitehaven captain. 12 minutes to go as we make it. BBC Radio Cumbria Sport Online. Can Haven grab the spoils and end the season on a high with 3 straight victories? Or will the champions reign this afternoon? Jordan Burns collects the kick-off into the hands now of Jake Pearce, and Pearce is the man to fetch it forward. Brought down 19 metres away from his own line to the right-hand side of the field, maybe 10 metres in from the popular side touchline. Max Anderson-Muir now the man to try and fetch Whitehaven forward here, but the winger is put down onto his back. Collins in there at dummy half, into the middle now with Brad Brennan. Into the hands now with Jack Keller. Jack Keller through on his left-hand side. Newbegging on his left, or on his right. Weatherall on his left. Jay Weatherall. Jay Weatherall in this left-hand side corner. Whitehaven lead. It's their 4th of the afternoon. Fantastic break from Jack Kellett. Jay Weatherall in his left-hand side corner. 2 tries this afternoon for Jay Weatherall. Whitehaven retake the lead once more. It's Whitehaven 24, North Wales Crusaders 20. We're into the final 11 minutes here at the recreation ground.
Yeah, I always thought the Whitehaven, I didn't think we would get over 1 point. It was a great no-look pass was by Newbig, and then looking for Kell on the ball, not looking at Kell's went right through the gap there. Kell was looking right, and I thought Kell didn't see Jay, kept looking right there. Ethan in his eventually found Jay, and Jay went round and finished it in the left hand corner. I think Whitehaven's just showing them to play a little bit more, trust themselves, be a little bit more confident. Joe, they can do it, they just got to trust themselves and go for it. Stop always playing around the middle because it's unpredictable, and look up and play a little bit. They back themselves there, Jordan, and they've got the rewards.
Into the 70th minute here at the recreation ground. BBC Radio Cumbria Sport Online. Who says final weekend games are boring when there's nothing left to play? This is turning up to be a League One classic here at the recreation ground. Whitehaven 24, North Wales Crusaders 20. Dan Abram looking to tag on the conversion once again, just a little bit further in from the field, maybe a metre further in from the previous effort where he nailed it on this left hand side touchline.
He'll kick these. He's kicked well, he hasn't missed, has he?
Hasn't missed, 4 from 4 so far.
No, he's not missing now.
Dan Abram.
He's not missing now.
I hope you haven't put the commentator's curse on him. We'll come on it now, right footed. Will Dan Abram strikes it now. It wasn't the cleanest of strikes, but goes over from Dan Abram. It is. Haven 26, North Wales Crusaders 20, 9.5 to go as we make it here at the recreation ground. And is that the dagger to the hearts of North Wales here in Whitehaven?
I think North Wales will score again, George, and miss the kick. I don't think I've been confident enough this year watching see out these games, and I think North Wales scored again, but we win by 2.
I don't think I can take that, Shacks.
No, I think that's what's going to happen.
Mitchell Todd is the man to fetch Whitehaven forward. This will be second tackle as he's brought down 22 metres away from they're on their own line here. Collins into the hands now with Holgate. Will find Brad Brennan. Brennan going to be taken down. Collins goes right into the hands of Holgate. Holgate looking to step up. Going to be held up. There's 3 in the tackle. Can't get him down. Collins once more in hands now with Jake Pearce, and Pearce will take Whitehaven over halfway. If you get close enough, it's not going to be on this occasion, you get close enough, you'd certainly fancy a drop goal. But Newbeggin will get the kick, end over end. Luke Collins is on the chase.
Offside.
Leaves it, comes into the hands, bounce. Brad Brennan comes in the hands of Holgate. Holgate will just look to put the kick in behind. It'll be a nice kick. Anderson moves on the chase, Burns is on the chase, Holgate's on the chase, and they've got to force the goal line drop out. That come from absolutely nothing. It come from that kick, but if Luke Collins had touched it, it'd have been offside. It bounced, and Holgate put the kick in behind. 8 to go as we make it. 26-20 in favour of Whitehaven.
Yeah, better look there. The first kick just went in the air, went straight up in the air, and we've got to go bounce it, come back to Brad, and Brad didn't know what to do. Brennan, he found Ellison, and Ellison's put a great kick in the goal, and there's been 3 chases there with Jordan Burns, and they've got Patrick Garvan behind the line now. Whitehaven's got a great set.
Drop out bounces into the hands of Jake Pearce, and Pearce will fetch it forward. Great run from Jake Pearce. Could the 1 pointer be on here? 7.5 to go as we make it. Collins comes into the hands now of Brad Brennan. Great work from Brennan. 25 metres out, in line with the right hand side post. Comes left into the hands of Burns. Now Newbeggin. Never mind the 1. Whitehaven searching for 4. Connor Holliday nearly back inside. He puts a kick through. Does Jay Weatherall, because it was an errant offload from Conor Holliday, and it's going to be jumped on by Jack Houghton just before his line. Well, it means North Wales have got to go 100 metres as Paddy Jones is back out there now for North Wales. Newbegin in that tackle. Conor Holliday, and they're pushing the man back here, which is Toby Hughes. Ball stripped, judged by referee Aaron Belafonte, and that's the 6th penalty Whitehaven's conceded in this half, the 9th altogether. Go on, Mark, you obviously want to say something.
It's exactly the same we said all half, John. It's a second tackle. We've got them where we want them, and we give them an easy piggyback out again now. So they're going to have to defend well here. I think North Wales are going to throw it out and try and score and throw everything at them.
Into the hands then now of Jones, and Jones will just fetch it forward. Pearce, Nixon and Brennan all involved in that tackle. They're 4-5 metres short of halfway in at centre field. Baldwin will come right into the hands of Chris Barrett. Barrett's trying to spin out to the tackle and does so, but Kellett holds on, Newbegin holds on. 40 metres away from the Whitehaven line. Will come right now into the hands of Eves. He'll find Taylor. Gets the offload away back into the hands of Cole Oakley. Oakley's running laterally. Now into the hands of Jack Houghton. Houghton's going to be taken down. Within 22 metres here are North Wales. Baldwin going to go left towards the popular side touchline. Oh, he's nearly through there. He's Gibson. Fresh air brought down 12 metres out. Comes right now into the hands of Hughes. Hughes is going to look to put a little neat kick in behind. Collected by, of course, Jack Kellett. He's been absolutely everywhere out so far this afternoon. And he's going to give a penalty for dissent. Not happy with something North Wales have said there is referee Aaron Belafonte. And we make it just over 5 minutes to go. Scrap that. 6.5 to go, just confirmed by the timekeeper behind us.
Yeah, I think that Whiteman's got off from there. I think it was actually a penalty for one of they've blocked one of the kicking, and one of the guys going for the kicking. The ref hasn't seen it there, and I think North Wales guys have blew up the referee and he's given a penalty for chatting back to him there, and it's given Whiteman a great opportunity to get out the half there without any really hard work. Into
the hands now of Jake Pearce. North Wales defence fast there. No, they've got to try and get something from this set. Into the hands now of Brad Brennan. Brennan fetching it forward. Around 6 to go here at the recreation ground. Brennan. Collins will go right. Jake Pearce will take Whitehaven over halfway. Potential for the high shot there on Pearce, but no one's really interested. Collins will go right. Into the hands now then of Burns. But pass wasn't the best to Ellis Nixon. Taken down. 38 metres out of Whitehaven. Into the hands now of Holgate. Holgate nearly looking to try and get through the line there. Did the set up for the 1 point of the Whitehaven. Still a couple of tackles left here. Collins in there at dummy half. Fired. He's the 5 and last, sorry. My apologies. Comes in the hands now with Pearce. He now finds Newbegin. Newbegin spins out the tackle. In the hands of Abram. Just held on to it for a second too long there, did Jack Newbegin. Judge actually to have lost it up on contact. So it will be a turnover ball. Still 26-20 in favour of Whitehaven. Ben Evans getting ready to come back on down below for North Wales. Looking to try and fetch his ball forward. Around 5 to go here at the recreation ground. Eves in there at dummy half. Into the hands now of Pat Arvan. Hasn't had a lot of ball in this half as Pat Arvan. But Whitehaven trying to take the big man down. Lost it there, Pat Arvan surely. Just lost. Jay Wetherill celebrates like the hoot has gone. It'll be scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven. And a perfect opportunity to try and get another more points on the board. Whether it be 4, 2 or 1 here for Whitehaven.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Whitehaven now to run out the game, Jordan, and see it out. They're in a great position now. I don't know whether they go for it or they settle for 1, but they're in prime position now. I think the ref's given another dodgy call there for me. It looks like he's being ripped when it flew out, and he was just going down the tackle, but he's been like that second half, and he's given some weird calls out.
Jack Newbegin will feed the scrum. Luke Collins at the base of it. Ball's fed now. Collins will come left into the hands of Dan Abram. Abram brings it forward. Does the Haven fullback 21 metres out. Collins in there at dummy half. Will go right into the hands then of Jack Kellett. Kellett's going to be put down onto his back. Just to the left hand side of the post. Attacking the Kells end. Calls right into the hands of Brad Brennan. Brennan met by 2, 3 North Wales defenders, but they're within 10 metres now. Jack Newbegin's dropped back. I think he wants the one here, does Newbegin? He doesn't. Comes left into the hands of Kellett. Kellett's on it. Ball's going to have been lost. Says it's a knock-on from both sides. So it will be a knock-on from Whitehaven first of all. So we'll be scrum down, head and feet to North Wales. 3.5 to go as we make it. Scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven. Sorry, to North Wales, my apologies. Scrum is fed now. Time is back on. Goes left into the hands then of the full of the winger Ollie Brooks. Brooks looks to try and fetch it forward. Baldwin in at dummy half. Goes left into the hands of Reid, and Reid trying to escape the clutches of the Whitehaven defence. They're dragging him towards the touchline. Ball's lost. Jordan Burns dives on it. That should be a knock on. Jordan Burns had lost that as he hit the ball there, but he's play on for Whitehaven. Comes left into the hands of Jake Pearce. Trying to penalty to Whitehaven. High tackle, and we're all in. And we're all on. 11 penalties in this half, and referee Adam Belafonte has done absolutely nothing to try and dissuade it, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the frustrations out there. He hasn't called time off. Cal Forster's coming down. Oh, and we're punching all over the place.
They're swinging like.
They're swinging. They are swinging. Do you know, and this is actually doing Whitehaven massive favours because he can't and hasn't stopped the clock. He hasn't stopped the clock as referee Adam Belafonte. No, hasn't stopped it. 90 seconds to go. He has now. 90 seconds to go. 140. We'll take that. Sorry, just double checking, but for all on purposes, it is 140 to go. And Mark Shackley, there was some haymakers being thrown there.
Yeah, they were all in there, Joe. There was bodies everywhere, weren't it? I don't know how it started. I think it's a bit of frustration with the ref losing the game a bit, and I think both sides have had enough of the inconsistent calls, and it happens like this. He balls over, doesn't it? There's only way you can.
11 penalties in this half, Mark Shackley. 11 penalties.
That's what I mean. I know for a fact that when I used to play, that was the frustration. The only time you can take it out was in the opposition, wasn't it? So I think the ref's got a lot of answer for them. I think the guys are sick of it, and I thought, right, that's it, we're on now.
100 seconds left of rugby league for this final League One game of the season for Whitehaven and North Wales Crusaders. It's Whitehaven 26, North Wales Crusaders 20. Cal Forster just having a chuckle with his bench down below him. He's expecting a call to go Whitehaven's way, it seems. Someone is seeing a card. It's yellow, which is Ollie Davis for his second yellow card of the afternoon. Will anyone else see yellow? Well, that means if Davis has gone first, which we already know it was given as a Whitehaven penalty, of course, that's Ollie Davis' afternoon and season done.
Do you get banned for 2 yellows?
No, not normally. But obviously they may look at something and you may get a ban or going into the next season. Who else has seen yellow? Someone else has, not quite sure who has. Jack Kellett. Anyone else? Are we finishing at 12 apiece? Them to look, the holding hands as they come off the field. Anthony Murray shaking his hand there as in probably, thank you very much for sticking up for your teammate, mate. And the hard work he's put in. Yeah, looking to go for goal. Will Whitehaven eventually as well. He's calling both captains out. He's had a word with Jordan Burns. He's now having a word with another member of the North Wales side. Can't quite tell who it is from our position. You know it's bad when the grandstand's getting involved. They don't very often get involved here at the recreation ground, and it's going to be red. From is it for Chris Barrett? And I don't know if it's something he said or not. We'll have to double check.
He's lost the game, poor guy now, hasn't he?
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Going off.
He's seen red. No, hold on. Hold on.
He did pull red out.
Yeah, no, hold on. He's still. He's lost it. It is only meant to be yellow.
It's only twice wrong.
He sent him off twice, not meaning to have sent him off. This game has just, let's say, it's descended into what we'd call a farce in the final 2 or 3 minutes here at the recreation ground. After all that, North Wales down to 11, Whitehaven down to 12. Whitehaven going to elect to take the opportunity to go for goal.
He pulled the red out twice and put it up twice for him, not known.
Lee, clock back on. Oh. Just making sure, speaking to the timekeeper behind us, see if we have the clock back on. Yeah, he hasn't. So all this is dead time. We're still 100 seconds. I'm running out of notes. I'm running out of place to write me notes. Pen goal, hopefully for Haven. Dan Abram takes his. Some errant North Wales fans shouting champions. Well, they certainly are. Dan Abram does tag on the extras, the extra 2 points.
Great today, hasn't he, Dan?
6 from 6 is Dan Abram, and Whitehaven looks to have got the victory over the champions here at the recreation ground this afternoon. Coming back as well, Mark Shockley, from being 16-6 down at half time.
Yeah, they've been great second half. I don't think North Wales have helped themselves, and I don't think North Wales have really. They've done it amateur, so they haven't got much fight in them. But no, all credit to Whitehaven. I think they've played some good stuff for the second half, and they've dug themselves out the hole. They've still not perfect defensively, giving away penalties, but that'll come in. They need to cut that out next year when the league gets hard.
We're into the final minute here at the recreation ground.
Gone short.
It's nowhere near short enough. Oh! Holgate had lost that.
Oh no.
So it is North Wales ball into the hands then of Toby Hughes, and Hughes is trying to escape the clutches of Jordan Burns, which he can't do so. Comes right into the hands now of Ben Evans. Cole Oakley finds Taylor, and Taylor's going to try and escape the clutches, but Brennan's involved, as is Jay Weatherall and Jack Newbegin. Into the final 30 seconds as we make it. Comes left into the hands of Evans. Evans with the offload into the hands now of Gibson. Will find Reid in that left hand side corner, and Reid will put the ball down in that left hand side corner. Will Matt Reid on what is his final ever appearance at rugby league before he'll retire after this game. Puts the ball down in that left hand side corner, and there is the hooter. Whitehaven do get the victory, but oh my god how close it was. It's finished 28-24 at the moment. They will elect to take the kick to try and make it 28-26.
I told you before we 2 points in it, North Wales will score again.
You did tell me there was going to be 2 points in it. You absolutely did, Mark Shockley. So you've got to hope he's got the conversion now, otherwise you're not going to be Mystic Meg.
Nah, yeah.
You're not really bothered.
No, he'll nail these.
Well, no, mind you, it's Reid taking it, I think.
Nah, nowhere near.
Oh, hold on. No, nowhere near. So it is Reid that misses as well. Full time here at the recreation ground. It's finished Whitehaven 28, North Wales Crusaders 24, and what a second half of rugby league football we've seen. The back-to-back tries from Whitehaven coming from Ellison Holgate, following the penalty, 6 again, and then scrutiny from dummy half did Ellison Holgate. Then Jay Weatherall with the chip and chase over the top, which initially looked like it was going absolutely nowhere. Still not sure how he got the ball down. You thought he'd been taken out and landed on the ball more than anything else, and Jay Weatherall. Dan Abram added the extras. The hit back quite turn after did North Wales through Pat Arvan in this right hand side corner, which was a mismatch between Weatherall and Pat Arvan. And then Whitehaven with the penalty goal to bring the scores level in the 67th minute made it Haven 20, North Wales 20. And then Jay Weatherall, hold on, that's no, just 2 tries from Jay Weatherall. Yeah, 2 tries from Jay Weatherall. The break, the pass from Newbegin, the break from Jack Keller, had support on his right with Newbegin, on his left with Jay Weatherall. Elected to come left into the hands of Weatherall, put the ball down in this left hand side corner. Dan Abram added the extras, and then game descended in a bit of a farce there at the end. A tackle was it for the high penalty for the high shot on Jake Pearce. Then it was all in. Ollie Davis has seen yellow, Jack Keller has seen yellow, Chris Barrett as well seen yellow, eventually after seeing red twice, inadvertently by referee Adam Belafonte. Finished, and then that wasn't even finished. Dan Abram tagged on the extras, and then later on Matt Reid in that left hand side corner. Reid tried to add the extras on his final appearance. When it was all done by the shouting, it's finished Haven 28, North Wales 24. round up quickly here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online, then we're going to rejoin the main sports show from 5 o'clock. But your thoughts on that, Mark Shapley?
Yeah, I thought it was a great game, great second half, Joe. For a game that didn't mean anything, I thought both teams went for it, but they both had a go. Both of them wanting to win. I think Whitehaven come out on top of the second half. I think they got the bounce of the ball in the second half, and they played well in the second half, Joe. They threw it about a bit more, they offloaded a bit more. I think Whitehaven's finishing high. I think that's three in a row they've finished on, and I think overall they've had a great season. I'm the Whitehaven, and I think they can build on now for next year and have a well-earned rest, try and recruit some more, and then have a great pre-season and try and get in that league, try and start strong next year.
Well, thank you very much to Mark Shapley, who's joined us on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport this afternoon. We're going to finish ourselves here a little bit earlier than we normally do, of course, because being a Saturday afternoon, we're going to rejoin our main sports show on BBC Radio Cumbria Sport. Thank you very much to Shacks once again for yourselves to join us here on BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online this afternoon. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Join the main sports show on FM, AM, DAB, Freeview Channel 713 and BBC Sounds as well, and you'll hear the reaction, more reaction coming from the recreation ground.